What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Game Informer's Replay. I'm Andrew Reiner. That's Kyle Hilliard putting an amiibo in front of our special guest, John Vignocchi, VP of Production over at Disney Interactive. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
What is up, Reiner?
We'll just get that out of here.
Everybody's watching. Thank you.
We also have Kimberley Wallace here, our RPG expert. Kyle, quit adding
RPG
these.
Sensei, we've changed it to.
Oh, Sensei.
We got us some beers here, so we're going to be a little cash here, a little loose.
Kingdom
First
Hearts.
time on replay.
Yeah. Andy
Some
said it
Kingdom
was
Hearts
okay.
And beers. Yeah.
There we go.
That's how we do it here.
And John, obviously you work on, for the last, 5 years? You've been working on Disney Infinity, another game that combines worlds.
Yep.
Today we're taking a look at Kingdom Hearts 2, going back to March 28th, 2006.
That's what Wade
Kim
asked me. I had it right. Wade's like, when did this come out? I was like, 2006. He's like, whoa. Like,
What were you doing in 2006 when this came out?
I was in college.
I think I was a sophomore.
Looking for a wife.
I was trying to convince my friends
I was
that this was a
looking
cool
for
game.
a life. Sitting in my dorm playing Kingdom Hearts 2.
All my roommates were playing Halo 2, and I'm like, no, man, this one's cool. It's got Disney and like fun fantasy.
I'm sure that went over well with all your core gamer friends.
I was a super cool guy.
I think I still living with my parents actually, because I remember playing this in my basement, and my father being like, "Why don't you go outside?
You're hanging out with Goofy and Donald down here in your basement.
Right.
But
In
you
your
also
20s, playing this in your parents' basement. I was one of those guys.
But you could have played this for work because you actually worked on a Kingdom Hearts game.
I did. I helped
Whoa.
out with some approvals on Kingdom Hearts Stream Drop Distance
nice.
back in the day before all the fun Infinity madness.
Oh, that was pre-Infinity then? You were working on Kingdom Hearts then?
I think so. That was
Yeah?
there was there was a hot minute in between when I was working on the Pirates of the Caribbean Armada the Dam game that got canceled.
Oh, yeah.
And Tron Evolution and Infinity when I stepped in to help out a little bit with some of the approval stuff.
So do you have any juicy secrets for us?
I do, but it's that kind of stuff, Kim, that will end up getting me fired.
Well, that doesn't affect us, though.
Who's going to know? Just the replay audience.
We're not recording this.
Yeah, they
I
won't
always
tell
giggle though.
anyone.
No, I giggled at one day when Disney does finally fire me, I get to write the book.
Right,
All of the insane stuff that happened in the midst of creating a game very similar to this, where you can bring all the different brands together.
Oh, man.
And
it's going to be chaotic.
Just for people watching about Kingdom Hearts 2, this picks up a year after. What was the Game Boy game?
Oh, Chain of Memories.
Chain of Memories.
I missed that one.
With Sora, he's
You
what?
didn't miss much.
Really?
He's like in a
That's
coma, like he's getting his memories back. So it's a year later in his life,
Kyle.
I don't know.
and he's with
I'm
Goofy
kinda-
Go
and
get the
Donald.
gummies.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
And he's looking for his friends, correct, Kim? Like that's his kind of
Yeah,
quest
so
from the
this
outset.
is kind of after like the Roxas, the sad part in the beginning, which like we were discussing this morning. The Kingdom Hearts games don't have the best intros because you're always doing like some type of mini game fetch quests in the beginning before you can get in the meat of the story. But Roxas, we finds out he's a nobody, and it's very sad. Okay,
That's
and
actually
then
why we
go
skipped,
into. Oh no!
It's actually where I kind of skipped the opening of 2 because you just have a job. For
Yeah,
like 3
exactly.
hours.
Yeah, but then at the end, that gets it's a very sad portion of the game.
That's a lot.
Roxas
That's a lot
is,
to go
you
through.
feel
though.
bad for him. Yeah. But
So-
then you go into playing as Sora and figuring out more of what's going on since you last.
Yeah, let's try this again.
And worlds that are combined in this one, we have Mulan, which
Yep.
we're in right now, Lion King, Tron.
Is Tron in too? Or
Yeah,
is
I
that-
believe Tron's in this one.
Pirates of the Caribbean
Pirates of the
was too.
Caribbean.
Yeah, Pirates was.
There's also
Johnny
like a
Depp.
Steamboat Willie kind of thing.
that
right?
one's cool.
Can we see your Johnny Depp impression there again, John?
Yeah, what was that?
This is Jack Sparrow, right?
We'll be like that at the end after all these beers.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully. Why is there another amiibo on here?
I think he has an endless supply.
I got a lot.
But Kyle, is there any way we could go back to the hub world, or you want to try that battle?
Let me try this battle one more
Okay.
time, and then we'll
Let
maybe
him
we can leave.
redeem himself.
Yeah.
He was getting the hang of the
I was
controls.
excited. I was drinking a beer. I'm happy John's here because John's a fun guy.
Thanks. It's nice to be here. It's being at Game Informer on a Friday is awesome.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Oh, oh shit.
We've had too many beers
It
already.
is. It feels like Friday though. That's right. It is Thursday.
well, that's
I'm going home this weekend for St. Patrick's Day. So
And home is where?
Chicago. to go
I'm from
see.
Chicago.
Are you really? Where are you from in Chicago?
Well, northwest suburb. I grew up in Arlington Heights.
Okay, I'm from Lake Forest.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
right.
My
not
family's
too far
from Chicago too.
Really?
Everybody here is from that's important is from Chicago.
Yeah.
Aw, Kyle.
He's just a redhead. It's okay. So back to the game.
Where are you from in Chicago, though?
My family is off Addison, so they lived in kind of the heart of, well, not the heart of, but kind of leading up a couple miles up to Wrigley.
Yeah.
So
that's
I
where
was-
Midway was.
Yep.
Yeah, I was born. Yeah, exactly. I was bleeding Cubby blue before I even knew what the Cubbies were. So big fan of the Cubs. My dad obviously would probably have kicked me out of the house if I
Yeah.
did, if I was a White Sox
Well, that's
fan.
that's a question for you, Cubs or White
Oh,
Sox.
Cubs,
Thank
obviously.
you. All Cubs
Obviously,
fans
yeah.
here. You make that choice early in life and you stick with it. That's what I was saying. My brother's like, he's like, well, can't I like both? I was like, no, it doesn't work that way. You have to pick one.
I remember I used to be roommates with Adam Boyce from Sony, and he was a Sox fan.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I don't even understand because you moved here from Canada, right? And so like baseball wasn't even really your thing. So now you're here, and I'm like a diehard Cubs fan. We live in Wrigleyville, and now you've decided to become a Sox fan. He's like, well, it's the team that wins. And I'm like, okay, so I get that, and I respect that. At the same
Nice,
time-
Kyle.
Yeah, that's.
Good save there.
They should just get them
Thanks,
out of Chicago.
Yeah.
But John, you kind of have the dream job where you get to work with all these different properties: Star Wars, Marvel. You have a new Marvel set coming out on Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
Marvel Battlegrounds,
Battlegrounds!
which is you pitched it to me way back in the day, kind of Power Stone-esque.
Yeah.
The first 4-player set.
That's funny. That was actually probably when I came to pitch you guys about maybe doing the cover.
Yeah,
right?
that was what?
That was over a year
Over
ago.
a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, at the time I ran you kind of through everything we were doing, and we were talking about this, but we had nothing really to show. But yeah, we've got basically with Disney Infinity, we have our toy box mode where you can kind of build and create games and kind of just play around. And then we have our play sets, which are like our story mode game modes. And so with Marvel Battlegrounds, though, we actually made it a fighting game as opposed to, like an open world exploration game. And that's something that's kind of fun about Infinity is that each of our play sets that we put out there can be different types of game genres.
Right.
So, yeah, we were just playing upstairs, actually, and I think we had a pretty good time. Did you have a good time?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
mean to put
it's cool.
words in your mouth there.
No, no,
Oh,
it's-
so what did you think, Reiner?
It's nice to finally have some competition
Of
like that in
course,
there.
Hollow Bastion.
But let's say you're put in charge of doing Kingdom Hearts 3. You wipe the slate clean.
I'm not doing the gummy ship. I just saw that. Oh
brought
my!
back memories.
That is like the first. I was like, oh, remember this part of the game?
They did better with the gummy ship as it went on, but the early games with it, those were long
yeah.
levels.
It's still the thing you have to defend where it's like, well, this game's cool, but you ignore the gummy ship stuff, of course, but
Yeah. All right. It's sorry,
But
Reiner. What you
5 properties, 5 Marvel or Disney-based properties. What would you put in there?
wait, you're saying like put Marvel into Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah,
Is
if
what you're-
anything Disney, you could pick anything Disney. That is probably what they should be able to do, right?
like
the
put
guys
a Star Wars
Nomura
world
over
in
at
there.
Square.
I
they did
cannot.
Tron.
I cannot comment on that because if I did, it would be all over the internet in a hot second. So
Can you comment
I don't
on-
know anything that they can put. What they can and what they can't. There we go. On the record saying
Can you
that.
comment
Glomar
on our
response.
They
picks?
have heavily been hinting there is some Pixar in this next one. That's
Where-
all I'm saying.
Where have you?
I
Where
just,
have you
like,
seen that?
In every interview, it's teased in some way where it's like, we can't say, but we would really like to do that. Wink, wink, nudge,
We
nudge.
sure like the Incredibles.
That's my line on Twitter. Whenever someone asks me a question about new characters, I'm like, "Wouldn't that be awesome?" And that's my response of like, "I've actually had this
Cut, paste.
conversation." Okay, so
Well,
any
we could comment. You could comment on our ideas, right?
yeah, okay,
to a
sure.
degree.
Yeah. But like, by the way, for anyone watching, anything I say right now has nothing to do with the new game. Like, let's
This
get
is
that
all
out of the
Kingdom
way.
Hearts.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is all.
Well, I think it'd be a cluster, but I think what people really want is a lightsaber keyblade.
Yes.
That is all
Yep.
I'm going to say. People would love that.
That
I
would
think
be
that'd
cool.
be really hard to get, but
And it
I think
isn't
that's
just,
a dream come true for fans.
and they aren't just combining Disney properties into this. They also have
Final
Square
Fantasy.
properties. So they have Final Fantasy. In this game, there's Auron from Final Fantasy
Mm-hmm.
X, Sephiroth,
Is that how you say his name?
Every
say it
time
wrong
he
every
says it, I
time.
ask him about it.
I
say
say
Sephiroth.
Does anybody else get really paranoid when they have to say a name and is like, I hope I've been saying this right my entire life?
just did.
Because now I'm going on air and people are going to hear me and be like, no, that's not it.
Well, what, Kim and John, what do you, I say Sephiroth.
I say Sephiroth.
I say Sephiroth.
And then
All right.
Clued,
right.
Clued from Final Fantasy VII.
Clued.
Right?
Clued.
Isn't it the song where they're like, Sephiroth?
Yeah, they clearly say it, and I'm just like,
I know,
huh?
exactly. So, all right. Anyway.
But yeah,
We
so
had it
he's
right.
they have a bunch of those properties. But for me, Kim hit it the nail on the head. You got to get, as soon as you picked up Star Wars, you got to get that in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Cool. That would be cool.
I would like, in terms of Pixar, I'd like to see Incredibles, because that's I don't know, that just fits in a video game, sort of, superheroes. That kind of almost
Wreck-It
overlaps
Ralph
with Marvel
would
in a
be
weird
cool,
way.
right?
Yeah.
I want
that'd
them
be
to
cool.
mine 80s cartoons too.
Just throw anything in
DuckTales,
there.
Tailspin,
Yeah,
Rescue Rangers.
They do have DuckTales in a little bit.
Gargoyles.
They have Huey, Dewey, and
Gargoyles,
Louie
man.
follow them around in the
But
game.
that's just kind of, isn't that just standard?
I mean, there's
Mickey
not
Mouse?
like a world in it, but they're
Yeah, but they
characters
were
in this.
way before that, though. But I'm saying like the Rescue Rangers,
Yeah.
those outfits.
Oh,
They're
Rescue
adorable little
Rangers,
outfits.
yeah. Well, instead of them
Bandale.
working on the gummy ship, then you have a Chip and Dale world. See,
There you
that's
go.
how you bring them in.
What was the name of the girl chipmunk in that?
Oh gosh,
Is it,
I see her.
is it
She wears
Gizmo?
purple.
Oh, that sounds
Dan Reichert, by the way, who used to be on the show, said like he had a crush on her, and we were all just kind of like, "That's not cool, dude."
That's
She's
not
like a little
cool.
cartoon girl.
Is it Gadget? Is that her
That
name?
It
sounds
begins
right.
with a G. There, you
Yeah.
are right. Wade, look it up.
Or,
On it.
yeah. Siri, what is the name of the female chipmunk in Rescue Rangers?
This is going to go really well.
So where are we, by the way?
Kim, we're in like the burrow, right? This is
Yeah,
kind of the hub for the
Hollow
Hollow
Bastion.
Bastion. This is like the hub for Kingdom Hearts 2,
Yes.
right?
You got it. Sorry.
Who was
What
it?
is it?
Hold on, I have to click this now.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh,
Now he
type
needs
in
his
my
password. Oh boy.
I know.
That's why I don't use voice commands. I can do it so much quicker.
Where's she from? She's
Clarice?
Final Fantasy.
That's Tifa.
Well, yeah, but which Final Fantasy?
Was it Clarice?
Clarice?
Hello, Clarice. No, Gadget Hack Wrench.
Yeah.
That sounds
Clarice is from Hannibal.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yeah.
right. We can't trust Wade on this stuff.
Hello, Clarice.
Look, there's Merlin.
Are you talking about the
Wade
chipmunk or
surf.
the mouse?
The mouse, I
Oh.
think, wasn't she?
No, he's talking about the chipmunk.
Yeah.
The
I was
chipmunk's
talking
name
about
is-
the one that you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Right. I thought it was Gadget.
There was a mouse named Gadget
Sid.
and a chipmunk named
There's
Clarice.
Sid. He's from Final Fantasy.
Uh-oh.
And Sid,
Sid
is
has changed a lot through
Yeah.
the years, by the way.
Which Sid is that?
That is.
Or is it just kind of a generic Sid?
Is that the 10 Sid?
Kim?
I'm playing Final Fantasy
Any idea?
14
Not
right now,
sure?
and I just ran into
I just
Sid.
said
Oh,
I've
wow.
seen so many Sids that I have to like retrace in my mind.
Let's see.
You're the only person I've met that's still playing Final Fantasy 14.
Really? A lot of people still play it. Like the people who
Not
get
in my-
hooked on
not
it,
my little-
still,
Not in your
like,
circle.
Corner
Yeah.
of the world.
My corner of the world, it is like they breathe it and live by it.
Really? Yeah. I just started playing. I don't know what, like in January or something, and I'm like level 48
Oh,
right now.
can't go there yet.
I-
Let's head back to Milan.
Yeah, it's gonna tell you Mulan. Well, okay, you need to be battle level 10. I don't think you're.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
Gotta
you're
level
level
up a
10
little.
yet.
All right, I'll go level up some more. I'll go fight some more dudes.
Yeah, fight the littler ones. Throw it away.
Oh, no. Now this is high level trolling.
It's literally
It's an
a troll.
actual troll.
Yeah.
Oh my
That is
God.
high level trolling.
I'm a pro.
Boomer.
Wow.
What's Boomer do? Bring the boom.
Bring the boom.
So, John, you worked at Midway and some other places. The show obviously is about yesteryear. What was your first game?
Yes.
Well, that's a good question.
I worked on some arcade games at Midway, but my first console game that I had worked on was NFL Blitz.
Nice.
And then I did MLB Slugfest and Red Card Soccer.
Okay.
And
Red Card Soccer. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Talk to me about this.
So
Actually, why don't you grab the box right there? We just brought it
Okay,
up for you.
yeah.
I
I
did find
know.
it. You
This
were
is like-
impressed that we even had it in the vault.
that's exactly right. I've been trying to find this game myself just for my collection because I never kept a copy of it. But yeah, Red Card Soccer is it's a soccer game, but it's like hyper violent. And so it was kind of fitting in with the whole like Midway sports thing that we had going on back in the
Blitz and Jam.
early 2000s, yeah, on console. So God, it's got renderware. So funny. But yeah, I can't even believe you guys have this game because when you're asking, like,
we have everything.
Yeah, you really do.
Well, so what do you do? What is it that you do there, John?
What in this game?
Yeah, like what was your role?
get
Like
red
what did you work
cards.
on?
Oh, I was like, I think I was an assistant producer at the time.
Okay.
It was like, when I started at Midway, it was an internship. It was like literally like a kid off the street.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And they were like, you will do anything and everything that we ask you to do. And so everyone laughs now because basically, you know, the game industry is so small, and so when I started, I was like getting bagels and donuts for morning meetings, taking notes, picking up dry cleaning, getting people cigarettes, babysitting their pets over the weekend when they go out of town. One of the guys made me like be the videographer for his wedding. I mean, it's just kind of like, yeah. I mean, I did anything. Like,
So you learned a lot about game development.
well, in the process, I did, but it was like Hollywood, right? Where they're like, all right, you're a total grunt. You're going to do anything and everything that we ask you to do. So that's how I started. So then my first kind of real gig was in the production stuff, and this was one of the first games that I did, and I think I'm credited as an assistant producer in this, maybe.
And Midway is sadly long gone.
Sadly,
yeah.
But Warner Brothers owns all the IP.
They do all of them.
Well,
Most of them. Mortal
they-
Kombat, stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
they could do like a red card too, is what you're saying.
Look,
A
assistant
2016.
producer. I was
There
assistant
you are.
producer. That's so cute.
Were there any canceled projects you were associated with?
At Midway?
Yeah, anything you were working on and it just the plug got pulled on it?
No, actually, I was fortunate enough to all the projects I had worked on shipped, and that is actually really, really lucky in the game industry, especially when you're young, because you know, getting a credit is such a huge deal,
Yep.
and so yeah, I was really fortunate in that sense that that nothing I was working on had been canceled. I had nothing to do with This Is Vegas, if this is where this line of questioning is going.
Right. No. I mean, we were going through some gold discs the other day, and we found an old Midway platformer that never came to be. Like, we have the actual gold disc of this game. It was about a playing card that you played as. It had kind of Mickey Mouse arms and legs.
No, I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it, but we had that, and it still worked on our PS1. And it was
weird.
like, holy crap. This is
Really?
like, I don't think anybody's ever seen this before.
Wow.
I'm going back into this cave.
And
right now,
obviously, we
guys.
Good
started
luck,
going
Kyle.
like,
I'm
can we
rooting for
show
you.
this? I mean,
sure
what is
you
the legality behind it?
John
But
says we can.
now-
That's good enough for me.
Right.
He's Mr. Midway.
Former Midway employee says would be okay.
Well, if they distribute it, I would think you'd be able to show it. I don't know.
You know, a game I'd love to see, I haven't seen in a long time, is Hexen.
Oh, yes.
Remember
Ah.
that? So
I think
that
it
was
the N64 one or PS?
It was
PS1?
well, I forget, but
it was on PC originally.
it was a Midway game, right?
I think so.
Because this
yeah.
was supposed to be a real big deal one that I remember.
It's like the Doom heyday.
I didn't work on it. No. This is a different game I'm thinking of. I know what you're thinking of though. It's like a platformer, and it's made by. It might be made by TT or made by Insomniac.
Wait,
One of
Haven?
Haven. That's what I'm thinking. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God.
I'm
Yeah,
so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
You could-
Haven.
I like that game. We did a replay on that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be on the ground and you could get in a ship and go out
Yep.
into space,
Right.
and, like, without loading screens or anything like that.
It did really bad.
Yep, but that was, I remember the head of Traveler's Tales
Yeah, it's-
went
Traveler's
all in
Tales.
on that.
Yeah.
He's like, this is going to be the next big thing, but it was like a kid with, like, if we
Yep,
did
yeah,
dreadlocks with
cornrows,
Kyle's
right?
red hair.
Yeah.
It was like kid with red hair, cornrows, and yeah, bad news.
So you're saying the game failed because he's kind of reminiscent of.
Yes, because he looks like Kyle.
So the other day,
right, Kyle.
I called someone a ginger, but
Thanks
I
for your
guess you're
support,
not
kid.
allowed to do that.
Oh,
That's
really?
a bad thing.
Sure.
Did you
don't
see
think
there's
we've
a
ever done that to
No, there's a
Kyle.
documentary on Netflix called Being Ginger, and I swear this guy who's a redhead like does a documentary and goes
Yeah.
around like talking to people like, why don't you like me because I have red hair?
Well, it's in Europe. It is kind of like more of an insult than it is here in
Is it
America.
really?
I think so.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
I feel like people have embraced the word ginger more now, though. How do you feel about it, Kyle?
I don't know if anyone has ever called me ginger. Actually, not to my face anyway.
Now the comments are lighting up.
Well, I mean, there was
right?
Ginger Spice, and she had red hair, and that
Yes.
was in England. So I would think that Spice Girls, like, it's okay.
If you want to be my lover.
I don't know that song, John. Can you sing more of that for me? So
Come
Do you guys remember the PS1 Spice Girls game where you had to like dance?
Yeah, we
that was
did that.
Yeah.
We did that in replay as well. Yeah, that
There's
that
so
game
many
does not
good-
hold up at all.
I didn't think it was good the first time around. I remember I like got it for free from like something. My brother worked at Blockbuster, and they were getting rid of like the old inventory.
they were throwing it away.
Yeah, we're like, I'm just gonna throw this away. My brother was like, oh, my sister will probably play it, which he was right, but
those dance games, action games. I never got to play Wii Fit.
how'd you miss out on the Wii Fit
Well,
trend?
it's actually funny. It's actually not funny. It's sad. So that balance board has a weight limit of 250 pounds, and I'm definitely tipped 250 at the time when that thing came out, so I couldn't actually play it. Look at Kyle with a shitting grin over there.
Oh, I just love.
Oh, fat kid problem.
I just love Kingdom Hearts.
I just love
I
Kingdom
just love
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts so much.
So anyway, I never got to play it because I weighed too much.
Let me
You
tell you, that
really
Wii
miss
Fit
out, John.
thing was so mean.
Was it good?
If you would skip a day of working out, it'd be like, oh, I guess you were just too busy doing nothing to come in and work out. Like it was very, very like vicious to you when you missed days and like.
Well, what you didn't know is
judgmental.
there was no AI giving you messages. It was seriously Shigeru Miyamoto in Japan sitting, waiting for you to come back. And then he'd type like, hey, good job.
All right, Kyle, here's what it all comes down to.
I know. All right.
That's what I like about Kingdom Hearts is you sit there and you're like, this is a kid's game on the surface, but then you get into combat and you're like,
It's
it is not.
No. Kim, like you seriously almost hyperventilate whenever there's a new trailer or anything about Kingdom Hearts
we're worried
3.
about you, Kim. You need to
love
my
regulate your
dream.
breathing.
What is it about this series that you love so much?
For me, I love Disney, first off. Not saying that because you're here, John.
No,
but
thanks.
in
No.
general, I love visiting, like going on the rides and the attractions and just being able to visit, like,
What's your favorite one?
Space Mountain. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you a Disney World girl or a Disneyland girl?
So I haven't been to Disney World since I've been a kid, so I need to go back.
Okay.
But I've been to Disneyland now like three years in a row.
Oh, okay,
And,
cool.
Yeah, so I've been there more to know. But like that, I love the Indiana Jones ride.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
I got one more potion.
There's just like, I just feel like a kid again when I'm in Disney. So essentially visiting these games, you kind of get that feeling like when you're a kid, going
That
back to the
nostalgic
world, that
feeling of
nostalgic.
these
And,
memories you have.
Son of a bitch!
and then on top of it, I like a game that packs a challenge. And I'll tell you, like, Kingdom Hearts got me better at action games in general because I was never that great. I was used to like more traditional style RPGs, and this like made me up my game and really like, all right, I have to study enemy patterns and I have to be careful for this.
Talk to me
that-
about the Ursula fight.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez. I never beat the first one, actually. I got
Yeah?
stuck on, was it Bald Mountain? What's it called? Where you fight the big guy with the
Bald
wings?
Malton.
Yeah, what's it
What?
called? From Fantasia.
That's not in Kingdom Hearts, man.
What is the big mountain?
You're thinking of something way different.
No,
Fantasia.
it is. I think it is Ball Mountain.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Mr. Disney here.
Mr. Disney. I had to cheese it. I went behind Ursula's ear. Like there was to beat that fight, I did something where I got myself like wedged in a corner where she couldn't actually attack me. Then I took like 20 minutes of like just hitting the button, but I finally
Well,
did it.
because you like feel the adrenaline rush as you're like trying to dodge and get through all these big bosses.
Yeah.
And kind of a crazy thing about that level, the Little Mermaid level in particular.
Oh no, Kyle.
Sora is played by
No.
actor Haley Joel Osment,
Oh, that's right.
who was in.
He died again.
I'm having a tough time.
He was the robot that
Get
didn't
into
blink
it here.
in AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in what is the
Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense. He was
Yeah.
the boy in that, but he was an amazing Secondhand Lions, amazing child actor. They got him for this. They had a pretty all-star cast of characters or actors, but he sings in that Little Mermaid level.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I completely forgot about
Wow,
that.
And he has
you're
like
right.
the
I
tail.
forgot. Yeah, he
and
does.
he's- Yeah,
I remember that part.
full-on merman.
I do remember that sequence in particular. I had a buddy who's like a big metal head, like huge gamer, and I remember going over to his, like, we're usually playing Halo and like fighting games and stuff, and he was playing Kingdom Hearts, and he was like on that level, just like, I just want to get through this level. I don't want to be.
I hated.
I'm
the
enjoying
swimming, to be
Kingdom
per-
Hearts.
Like swimming
but-
levels never go over well with me, but that was a fun level.
We
to
talk
say the
about
least.
this all the time with Infinity because we haven't integrated swimming into the game yet. And when people always ask, it's like, by the way, the most unfun parts of games are the swimming
always swimming,
parts,
yeah.
right?
It's really hard to do a swimming level well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a challenge. If people can make it fun and interesting, I'm all for it. But I just know in every game I've played almost. The swimming levels are always like, I wish I didn't have to do this right now.
I guess it's kind of cool that you feel out of your element initially when you're underwater. You're like, oh man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's like, wait, I actually want to have fun doing this.
Right. My entire thing is like the idea of like jumping off of something into water is fun, but actually swimming underwater is not fun. Just like it's really not fun in real life either.
Right.
But like, jumping off a cliff. I mean, I remember when I would play World of Warcraft, I used to love like going to the highest place I could and like jumping in the water, like, oh, it's so much fun. Anyway.
Still fun to do in Xenoblade, believe it or not.
Kyle, are you going to be able to do this, bud?
I'm going to stick up for Kyle. This is not a game that you want to play when you're talking at the same time
drinking.
at all.
Drinking,
we're just going to blame it on. This is why.
I got to figure out how to use Drive. I have Max Drive. I don't know how to use it.
Also, we're playing, what is this, the 2.5 version?
Yeah, this is the HD one on
This is,
PS3.
At the time, like well after Square went nuts with the titles for the Kingdom Hearts games. Like I have no idea what's going on.
We're still waiting for 2.8.
Speaking of which, John, what Dream Drop Distance? You didn't like want to say like, guys, I don't know, this title's kind of weird.
Oh, that's none of my business. That had nothing to do with that. And it was funny because with Disney Infinity, we've done 2.0 and 3.0 and that kind of stuff. And it's funny because there's people that I work with that used to giggle about the crazy naming stuff of the Kingdom Hearts games, but then now work on Infinity and like, oh, it's totally okay to have 2.0 and 3.0. Right. The one thing that's interesting about it that no one would know unless you did research on this is that consumers super understand what it means when you version it like software. It instantly clicks in their head because we all grew up with computers and computer software and updates and that kind of thing. So although it seems ridiculous at some points, we call it 2.0 and 3.0 and things like that. Our players know that that's the next version of the game.
But it's not like you'll ever do 2.5 or 2.7.
Well, so yeah, that's a little bit different,
I think people can understand 2.5. The 2.8 for Final Chapter Prologue. Final Chapter Prologue is a little much.
It's
That's like,
But the one thing that right, it's Square Enix and the Kingdom Hearts team's so incredible. I mean, you know that no matter what price they're going to charge for it, it's going to be incredible. They're just so good. And the presentation, I mean, even I'm just looking at this as a game developer right now and thinking about, and the camera and how well the camera is here with the lock-on targeting and how it's moving around, not clipping with the environment. And it's such a magnificent and beautiful game.
And one more thing to build on top of that and the praises Kim is singing is I also really enjoyed the story in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It went nuts after that, obviously. I couldn't keep up with it, but and I don't know what order to play them in or anything anymore.
I'll be honest. I really like the characters in general and how they build up. I know it's cheesy, but the different friendships between them, I think everything's really interesting with Sora and Riku and even Kairi and all that. Like, they just did a really good job showing those moments where they bond and also where they have those hardships. So
yeah, I got really confused. Do you remember the PSP one or the Vita one?
Oh, the PSP Birth by Sleep.
That was the one that I was like, whoa, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people are confused by the story at different parts because it is like very that's not so much that it's complex, it's just told in a very convoluted way, but fans like have been piecing every little part together to try to like figure out where they're going next, and that's why they do all those crazy things for like the best endings, which I'm just like, watch those on YouTube usually because it's like I don't have time for this.
I mean, look at the characters. This is the most. It's such a magnificent game.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And you guys would totally be open for Infinity Kingdom Hearts overlaps. I mean, that door's open. I mean, obviously you're not going to announce anything, but that would be awesome to have like Infinity Kingdom Hearts figures and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so we have. It was a very long process, but we got the Keyblade integrated into Disney Infinity. As the ultimate unlock. So it's actually funny because the Marvel Battlegrounds characters are the last ones you need in order to unlock the Keyblade inside of Disney Infinity. And so it's the strongest weapon in the game, and it's Sora's Keyblade. It's so much fun. And we would be totally open to doing that kind of thing. But at the seen time, I mean, everyone's seen there's a new Kingdom Hearts game coming out. They've been working on it for a long time. It looks spectacular.
Every time I see new footage of it, I'm just like, please, I want it now.
I know, right?
That attractions trailer they did like even a few years back, I was like, this is everything I've always wanted.
Yeah.
I was like, on the stream when they showed off that there was like the teacup ride, I was like, oh, teacups! Like, it's so exciting as a Disney fan to just see that stuff recreated in the video game.
Yeah, and so anyway, I think it would be awesome. Have we had conversations about it? Yes. Are we actively working on anything? No, not this time.
Kyle did it!
Nice, dude.
I'm a hero. It only took a couple tries, but
Only
I did
30 minutes.
Nobody's
That
going to
boy.
say anything about it in the comments.
Nobody will say
Nobody
anything
is.
about it.
No
Look
tips
at
from
this.
anybody.
No one
This
has
is-
ever seen this before. This is all. Oh no!
You did it. You got him
Yay.
back. See, that was the problem. You didn't have Donald and Goofy
That's why I
with
couldn't
you.
do the
Made
drive.
it tough. And Mulan, sorry, she was not pulling her weight there. I saw her on the side. She needs to
Get
get it
with it.
together.
What's the window for 3? Is it this year or is it?
No.
2021.
Okay.
I'm
Is it
hearing
just eventually?
That's
Is that what
It
it
is
says?
eventually. They
PlayStation
haven't
5.
announced a date. I would say, in my eyes, like I think 2017, 2018, between there is when we'll get it.
Do you know how nice it'd be to work on a game that doesn't have a release date? Like, yeah, we'll ship it when it's done. Like, I am so jealous of game
Well,
developers.
you guys are every year, and one of the big things a lot of people don't know is how many developers you have involved with each one of your starter packs.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, we've got right now. I mean, on top of our own internal studio, Avalanche Software, United Front Games, Sumo Digital, Ninja Theory, Studio Gobo, and I think there's one I'm forgetting here. Like, it was at one point the list was we had like 8 studios on top of our own contributing to the platform. But yeah, it's a lot of work. It would be so much fun to be able to, like, when you're like, a few years ago when they put out the attractions trailer, I was like, yeah, like at that point we had just finished the first one. And I think I was
They're still working on
like
it.
working on the second one, and I wish I could.
You could probably make a phone call and like get a build though, right? Like you just be like, look, I need to play this. I'm John Vignocchi.
Yeah, right.
It's
I have DP in my title somewhere. I need to make sure that this is up to standard.
Mr. Hashimoto, could you please get your team to send the latest build over? No, look, they're an incredible company. They don't need very much. They need no guidance from someone like me.
But I'm talking about like for your own personal self.
Oh yeah, just to go and look at it. Sure, I'd do that. But also, even then, it's kind of like, why do you need to see it?
yeah, exactly.
But we have a really good relationship with them, and they're such a nice studio.
Well, I hope there is some kind of overlap there in the future, John.
I think it'd
Disney
be
Infinity
fun.
Kingdom Hearts stuff happening.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. A lot of people are speculating that the next Infinity, or speculating that the next Infinity might be Kingdom Hearts, but it's like, I can't even begin to tell everyone how much that doesn't make sense when there's a massive new Kingdom Hearts game coming out. Like,
And also, nothing against Kingdom Hearts, but in the wider world of Disney entertainment, it is just in the game space. It is a small blip, right? Like they've had mangas and stuff like that, but it is not on the same level as the Star Warses or Marvels. You know, these games are great. The universe is great, but yeah, it is a smaller entity.
Yeah, I was joking with someone like, I really wish they'd put a Kingdom Hearts attraction in Disney, and they're like, that's such a small segment of their audience. Like, but it would be so cool.
it's interesting that you say that though, because so at D23 this past year when we made the announcement about the Keyblade coming into Disney Infinity, I remember in the run up to that having these conversations. I'm like, no, this needs to be the last portion of our presentation because this is really special. And everyone was like, well, the Force Awakens should be the last part. I'm like, no. The Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts is like the ultimate reveal for this thing. And people were like, no, John. Largest theatrical release of all time. That needs to be the last
It's going to
part.
make like $2 billion.
Yeah. So anyway, but
Kim will like the Keyblade. She's a Game Informer.
I'm totally with you though. Like as a fan, like a diehard fan of Kingdom Hearts and Disney as well. To me, like this is the ultimate, and being a gamer, right? This is the ultimate property that just is all the things that I love. And it's quality, and it's so much fun to play, and it just.
Sorry, Mulan fell on her face. I thought it was funny.
I told you she's not keeping up. We need to get her.
I don't even remember this part.
This is pretty early. Well, like you saw my save. I'm only about 4 hours.
That's
in
why
And
when
you don't
they-
have any summons yet either.
When they finally announce a release date for 3, I'm going to lock myself in my apartment and just replay these HD remasters so I'm caught up on everything with the story.
How many
before
hours
going.
do you think that is?
That's a lot. Each
a
game's
lot
what,
of
like 25
hours,
to 30?
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Maybe more?
I can have the time off for research, right?
Sure. I mean, that is work, right?
Yep.
We play games for a living.
By the way, to kind
It's a
of pitch
beautiful thing.
to pitch Game Informer a little bit, when we did the cover story for Disney Infinity, I actually wrote a dedicated story about how you guys snuck the lightsaber into the game. Like, so you guys.
Kyle,
wanna
this
find
isn't
more
about you. Come on.
Well,
man.
Thank you
I
for
wanted to
doing that,
mention
though.
it
Man,
earlier.
This is replay. You're just
Sorry.
pitching your stuff.
It's no. That was a crazy moment because the acquisition of Lucasfilm had just happened, and a friend of mine by the name of Gio Corsi was at Lucasfilm. He was actually the guy that was in charge of the Boba Fett Bounty Hunter game that got canceled.
Oh, I remember this being really cool. Sorry.
And so yeah, he
nice
actually
big fight
he helped
here.
us get it in there.
So I'm saying larger than life fights right here.
I'm glad we got to see
That's
this.
awesome.
Because I remember this being awesome. Like, because you can get all kinds of combos going and
Yep.
stuff like that.
I think we're going to see, correct me if I'm wrong, Cloud comes up here soon, right?
I don't think so. This is
Thought
actually.
There's a Final Fantasy cameo. coming up
Cloud
here
is
pretty
usually
quick.
in the Hercules arena.
Yeah. To bring up that story I was talking about earlier where I was like trying to convince my friends that this was actually a cool game, I remember specifically showing them this fight and being like, oh, look how many people I'm fighting. This is awesome. And they're like, we're going to go drink beer and play Halo in the next room.
Blast processing. I was actually just talking about that. Something similar to that last night made me think of growing up. It was always there would be video games that I would get and I would play, and I was so impressed with them, and they meant so much to me. I remember I'd try to get my parents to come down and be like, just watch this for 1 second, and they would never care,
Yeah, I did that numerous times. I tried to show my dad the rain in Zelda on Super Nintendo, Link to the Past. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, there's like audio and raindrops, and it's making puddles.
Yeah,
He's just like, you're
that's
weird.
like that was right in the beginning. I showed the same thing to my mom. Actually, that's funny. And then I showed. I remember showing Metal Gear to my dad. And then, this is quite an achievement here in game direction and presentation. And my father's like,
Cinematics.
he's like, what is going on? He's like, this makes no. And my father's a former airborne ranger, right? So he's like, this is not military at all. That's not the way we would handle it. The way we do it, Johnny.
Oh, God, you're
Right.
going down the wrong path if you're trying to, look at Metal Gear Solid and
know,
be like,
yeah.
let's try to see what's wrong here.
Right.
And for people that don't know a lot about Kingdom Hearts, we're going into worlds from movies. They kind of recap a lot of the big story moments. You're seeing one here. But they put spins on them that kind of change events to kind of alter what's going on in the main story of Sora and who are the other characters? There's
Riku.
Riku, and the third
Kairi.
is
Donald
Kairi,
and Goofy
yes.
are always around, too.
And there's another boy.
Roxas.
Roxas.
Yeah, that's the one I always forget.
And there's the 3 previous Keyblade holders, Aqua, Ventus, and
No, you're thinking of Starbucks cup sizes. Okay.
Yeah.
Organization 13, did that come up in this one, or did that started in the
That-
first one on the island,
well,
right?
and this kind of started more in here with Roxas in that.
But you
and
met-
then you get that Nintendo DS game that's devoted to it.
Didn't you meet someone in a cave with the hood?
Yep. There's a lot to it.
A Splatoon character. Great.
Kyle and his trolling. It's
Sorry.
endless.
I just want to make sure he knows other things exist in the world.
No. I don't have these amiibos, but I have a lot of the other ones.
I should never have doubted you. From now on, you have my trust.
Thank you, Captain.
And in certain cases, they'd actually get the actors and actresses from the films. I don't think this is Eddie Murphy.
No, yeah, I don't think so.
That's actually Haley Joe again.
He just does all the extra voices.
Just like I'm pretty sure the genie was never voiced by Robin
No,
Williams.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
They do pretty good at grabbing.
Yeah.
Turns out an animation company like Disney has a lot of people who are really good at doing impressions and voice acting.
Yeah, we have we have this thing called Disney character voices. So whenever we're working on anything like this, the request goes to Disney character voices. Anything like this being like video game. The request goes to Disney character voices. then they typically contact the agent of the actor and say, would the actor be interested in coming in and reprising their role? And then either the agent says yes or says no. And if they say no, then it goes to the official sound alike of that particular actor.
Which for Tom Hanks is his brother.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
You're all dismissed.
It's kind of crazy that they sound exactly the same.
My
Right?
debt is repaid.
Works out for the brother. Get some extra.
Oh, yeah.
work on the
Absolutely.
side.
Gig.
Without having to deal with like all the craziness that comes
Emperor
with
is
fame. That's
waiting.
kind of the perfect job.
I would just be prank calling everyone if I had Tom Hanks' voice.
I
Just
used to
nonstop.
have.
Reiner, you do have Tom Hanks' voice.
That
Yeah,
is
we've
true.
gone over this on replay plenty of times.
I used to have. Let me see if I still have this.
Buzz! Is that good?
That's perfect.
I had I had Jesse on my voicemail.
Like Jesse from Toy Story?
Not Joan Cusack.
That's what I was going to ask.
It was
yeah.
it was the sound.
I was gonna be
alike.
like Jesse McCartney, the voice actor of
Thank you, everyone.
Roxas.
Sorry I got you in trouble.
It's no big deal.
Can you hear this?
So,
Yeah.
Ping, I mean, Mulan, what are you gonna do now?
So this is your ringtone?
This is my voicemail.
Okay. Steamed as a chicken dumpling.
Is that Joan Cusack?
No.
Relax. We'll take our share of the blame.
Thanks. You're all wonderful friends.
Cute. It's real long, right?
It's entirely too long.
I get right. So all, still going. I'm aware. So
Johnny, we're busy people.
I thought it was. So there you go.
I
That's
like
what my
John.
voicemail
I
sounds
like it. I think it's really funny.
So I thought it was really cute, but then everyone was like, and then the message is like, yo, dude, so first of all, your voicemail is really long and fucking obnoxious. Second of all, call me back. And so I started ignoring people because I was like, you know, it's actually really cool to have Jesse on your voicemail. I think that's really cool. And then my mother called at one point. She's like, hi, honey. So I'm not sure who that was, but they were shouting into your phone. So I think someone might have accidentally taken your phone and is pulling a trick on you. So you probably just want to get that changed, okay? And I'm like, okay, Mom.
You have this really cool nerdy thing and nobody likes it.
No one likes it. It drives me
man,
crazy.
it's the worst.
We all have that, right?
But you know what? Screw them.
Yeah.
We should
Whatever.
make it longer.
If they need to talk to you, they
Just big pauses in the middle.
People are just so impatient these days.
Yeah, who's leaving voicemails anyway? Aren't
That
they
drives
texting
me
you?
crazy. Leaving voicemails drives me crazy.
Wait, so that's actually a way to get people to stop leaving you voice messages.
Yeah, except everyone would leave a voice message saying, you jerk, I had to listen to this entire thing and I hate you now, and change it.
yeah, I forgot what I was going to tell you.
What is your guys' favorite song from a video game?
That's a loaded
I mean,
question.
because like the theme song to this, like
Simple and clean.
like
He's heading to
yeah,
the Imperial City.
simple and
We've got
clean.
to
Like, have you
warn
heard the
Shen.
actual the vocal one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's songs from this game and from Final Fantasy that honestly, like, when you hear them, they bring up so many memories. It's hard not to get emotional.
Yeah, the victory song in Final Fantasy is just iconic.
That goes through my head every time I finish an article to turn in.
Really? That goes through my head when I eat an entire large pizza. But it's slower.
That
I
has to
have the
be the
failure
one for
music
me.
from Final
Like,
Fantasy.
absolutely. And you hear that all the time. Every battle.
Yeah.
For
And it never
like
gets
100-hour
old.
game.
Never gets
yeah.
old.
It's amazing.
I do the whenever I find something I've been looking for a long time, like in my apartment, and I've been like, "Where's?" Like I always do that. Da 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 da. Like when I find the guy, like I hold it up
Triforce
and
over your
say
head.
that out loud.
Or getting a heart container.
Yeah.
Yeah, heart container. Kyle, let's look at the menu really quick. You paused it briefly. There's some upgrade stuff.
Let's see.
Is there anything we could see here that's interesting?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
equip
have
your
like
ability.
Yeah, all the different abilities, so you can't just use everything at once. It's
Yeah.
very RPG in that capacity.
Look how clean the UI design is. It's just so beautiful. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I kicked Mulan out of my party because she wasn't pulling her weight.
Told you.
We got a journal here. This shows us everything. This probably has a summary of that time that I tried to
You
fight
died
that
a
boss
lot.
like 4 times and didn't make it.
It's just laughter.
You know what's a really good song from a video game? The theme song from Knights.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
that
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Night's music is good.
In the nights, dream delight. I want to see you standing there.
I think that's the thing everybody
stop.
likes about that game now. Like anybody that's gone back to play it now is like, oh.
But the music holds up well.
What was
should do it,
what was young
GC.
Reiner thinking?
We should do a video game karaoke party. That would be fun. Where we sing all the classics.
Set it up for E3.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh
idea.
man, yeah.
But I think that's a pretty good look at Kingdom Hearts 2 or 2.5, whatever the crap they call it now. Thanks, John. Let's move on to a second segment, a game that you picked out.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Kim, actually, this is your pick.
Yes.
This is Disney Adventures in the Magic Kingdom.
One of
on
my
NES.
You drive me crazy. So like, let's get Vignocchi on the show and then play a bunch of Disney games.
yeah. Now
we're
I
like,
now I
let's
kind of
have
really want to
John
go to
pick his
Disney.
games. They're like, no.
No, we're just gonna play. I have never seen this game, nor have I heard
Man,
of this game.
growing up, this game I played the crap out of it. It is hard though, but I never really beat anything. But
Remember that candy cane? It's so cool.
That's
So
my
wait.
favorite stop at one of the parks. I go right to the
But
candy
right to the
cane
candy
booth.
cane, yeah.
Wait, by the way, Jeff Cork's here now.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, how
Oh,
are
yeah,
Hey,
Jeff
welcome to the
Cork.
show.
Hi.
I'm
Thank you,
acting like this is my show, right? So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jeff.
Oh gosh, I'm a big Disney head from way back.
So wait, all right. So what genre is this again?
What?
NES.
action.
No,
NES is not a genre.
Wait, you have to answer trivia throughout it.
right.
Oh boy.
Who was named Edward? Christopher Robin? Winnie the Pooh?
Wasn't
or
it Christopher
Tigger?
Robin?
Which character in the
Kim
Winnie
said
the Pooh
Christopher
stories?
Robin.
I could be wrong. Oh God. No, I got it wrong.
What a jerk.
Isn't Ken sent me? Is that the password?
You're
well,
Mickey's
let's see.
friend,
They'll just-
Butts, aren't you?
Oh.
What is
Oh,
the name?
we know
Come on,
that.
that's
Scrooge.
just a easy.
That's Daffy.
Actually, that's really
How
bad.
did that get through?
You must
right?
be butts,
Yeah.
all right.
This is back before there was a stringent approval process at Disney Interactive like there is now. Otherwise, we definitely would have referenced another character
So, yeah,
from a
see,
competitor's IP.
You can go on the pirate ride.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my favorites.
Butts.
Pirates have ransacked.
Pirates have ransacked the island and are holding six villages captive.
Oh, please rescue them and light a signal fire so we know they're safe, huh? What do you think, Butt?
Watch this game not be that hard, and from what I remember being a kid.
So you're basically pulling a boat along?
Yeah.
Oh, look, hold on.
Oh.
Wait, I think you have a
Oh,
weapon.
just gotta avoid
Reiner.
them.
I think you get a weapon or you have one.
I'm hitting all the buttons and nothing's
Okay.
happening.
God, these old, good Capcom 2D
yep.
side scrollers.
Oh man, you gotta
Whoa.
find. There you go. Oh
So are those a bunch of grumpies?
Yeah, it looks like it. They're supposed to be pirates, though?
no! Oh.
I'm sorry, you have to try again.
No.
Well, you can go into other rides too.
So wait, is that supposed to be the Tarzan thing there?
Yeah, it looks like it, right? Those are supposed to be trees.
Yeah.
So are we in Adventureland?
I think you're in
here?
Yeah.
Adventureland.
Yep. There's the
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted
yeah,
Mansion,
Haunted
yeah.
Mansion. Yeah. Let's go here. Oh.
999 ghosts.
There's always my
Oh.
layout.
So
Can
now
we
you have a
reuse-
weapon.
Can we reuse some of the level layout and assets from Ghosts and Goblins?
Yeah, it totally looks like it, doesn't it? Music-wise, too. Oh.
Yeah. We're doing good on this one.
Okay, I go in here.
He got through the queue pretty quick there.
Oh, did you see my reflection? Was there anything scary? No. What? I bet there'll be... Ah, there it was! Ah! You guys missed it.
Yeah,
You
JV's
gotta get more
plastered to his
candle.
phone right now.
Sorry. There's the driver's outside and he keeps messaging me.
Oh, no!
Hi, I'll be out soon.
No!
Doing serious business right
Yeah.
now. Right?
Making a deal.
Finish slamming this beer. And
I gotta say, this performs pretty well as a little platformer. A simplistic platformer. The controls are pretty
You have
solid.
to go on that chair, don't you? Oh, there we
see,
go.
that would have, to me, read like it was an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! They were just dancing.
Wow, this is supposed to be like how they're dancing in
Yep.
the This is fun. I've never even heard of this game
Yeah,
before.
I loved it when I was a kid. I played it so much.
When I was in your guys' vault, you had the Disney skateboarding game.
Yes.
That was ran on the Tony Hawk engine that Neversoft made. That was actually super solid. You ever seen this?
Neversoft made it too?
Yeah.
Oh, let's
cool.
try a different one. Let's walk around.
How many
see
are
what
there,
we-
Kim? Do
There's
you
a
remember?
bunch. Like, look at there's Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Big
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain. Sorry.
Look, they changed his outfit. Howdy, partner.
This doesn't seem fun.
Indiana Jones.
This is just like the ride too. I was on it recently.
Oh.
Wait, what the hell is
I
this?
don't remember multiple branching
Yeah,
paths.
you have a lot more agency in this version.
You got to be careful.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Yeah,
What the hell?
that's how it ended
What?
most days.
Oh my gosh.
Back when
Continue.
video games used to have lives.
Do I got to answer a question again?
Wait,
No,
what happens
you
if you
still-
go to the first aid station?
I can't do anything with this stuff.
Oh, hey. What's she want?
Chun-Li.
Oh, there's
Yeah, Tomorrowland.
Probably insult me.
Tell you what I know. You read a lot quicker than I do. What is the name of the bulldog who's always chasing?
Oh God. Is it Spike?
Spike?
Pretty sure it's Spike.
Or is it Butch?
I thought it was.
Oh, no.
So wait, you can't talk to her
You
again?
can talk to her again. She'll ask you another question.
All right.
We gotta go down Space Mountain.
Oh God.
What?
Oh, of course. Bricks is practical.
Is this
pig,
some
isn't it?
serious Disney trivia? Oh.
Good 1 out of 3 guess there, Reiner.
Thank you. Star F.
What?
Push in that direction. Push A or B button to fly.
Of all the tutorials
wow! What? What?
What is going on?
to skip, this
This is your favorite ride, Kim.
yes.
Is this
My
doing it
favorite.
justice?
Oh gosh. I don't
Whoa!
They just upgraded it to be Star Wars at Disneyland. Like the theme.
Yeah.
The theme
Oh,
of it.
nice.
Is it not the weirdest thing that they're making like an Avatar park in Animal Kingdom?
Why is that weird? I think that's awesome.
Okay, you gotta level with me. Avatar, you know.
Huh?
Let's be honest here. Avatar, you know what I mean?
Let's
like
see what-
let's just
Avatar
let's
is
make
awesome.
Let's make it a bigger Star Wars
Hey,
one.
race
How about
course.
I think that's awesome. And that's all I'll say about it.
Are they going to like genetically modify new animals or something? Because if that's the case, that's great. Oh, wow, I got off to a great start. What?
This is like Spy Hunter. Every one of these has felt just a little bit
Oh,
like
this
a
is
different
totally
game.
like Spy Hunter.
There it goes.
Jump.
Eat crap. Eat crap.
Jump.
Whoa!
Oh, this is more like bump and jump.
Oh no.
Bump and jump. What?
This game,
sorry.
Kim.
I'm telling you, it's like Disney Dark Souls.
Yeah.
One try and you're done. Oh, what's that one?
Small World.
Would just leave.
Oh my
Which
god.
one was
Oh,
it?
you
Wasn't
can't get
Dark
in
Souls
there
that
yet.
came out this year or last year? Was it
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yep.
So I had no idea. So I'm one of those gamers that when I play games, I really don't want to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started playing Bloodborne because everyone's like, "Oh, it's awesome! It's so hard, but it's so awesome." And so I died in that first fight.
Oh, the
And
wolf thing?
right, but I didn't realize that you were supposed to die, and then go back and you get a weapon, and then you go fight the wolf with the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept going back to the PlayStation menu and then hard closing the application and redoing it. And I would relaunch the game and go through everything again, and then that wolf would kick my ass again. So I did that, and so I was talking to I think I was talking to one of like Dave Lang, like one of my buddies, and he was like, he goes, "How far are you in Bloodborne right now?" And I'm like, "You know, I feel like I've played for the past 3 hours, and I can't get past the wolf in the second room." And he's like, "Dude, well, you die," and then I'm like, "Yeah." And so then I close the application because I don't want the first thing I do in 30 seconds to die. And he's like, "No, you're supposed to." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What game forces you
What
to
is this
die
madness?
right in the beginning?" Although there are some of those Final Fantasy games, right, where you're
Yeah.
supposed to lose the battle.
Oh man, the worst is when they don't prepare you for that and you start using all your items and then you're like,
Right.
I'm going to beat this one.
I think you can do it.
I can do it.
Is there ever been an instance in one of the Final Fantasy games, Kim, where or Kingdom Hearts or whatever, where they try to make you lose, but you can actually win, and they do a different cutscene at the end or a different story at the end, or any of you guys? Do you know any
I
games
think
like that?
they've done some of those.
I'm hitting the damn button.
A bunch of RPGs.
It's like the
Really?
inspiration of Telltale games right here.
I hate it when those battles like determine what ending
see.
you get. because you're like, oh, I thought I was supposed to lose this. Poor Reiner.
Right.
I told you it was a tough game.
It is.
I was
One more
hoping
time.
when I was a kid, like it was just all in my head, but I guess it wasn't.
It seems like a replay showdown kind of game.
Oh,
Ben Hansen
yeah.
game.
Yep.
Remember this amazing gem?
Yeah.
Nope.
Only the Space Mountain part, though. Everything else was garbage.
Dun, 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 dun.
But this is kind of true to what Space Mountain was, right? Where it was like you went in the dark.
So is that then at the center console that you're supposed to press down?
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
hitting down.
You can do it.
One more time.
One more time.
Should we cheer him on?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Go, Reiner.
How do you want to do it? Yeah,
Just
what's the cheer?
Words of encouragement.
What's the cheer? Somebody get the cheer.
You're a
Reiner,
good guy.
Reiner, 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 Reiner,
Right.
Reiner, 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 Reiner. What do I do else? What do I do? Reiner, 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 Reiner. We gotta start all over again.
Oh my God.
3 seconds. Wait.
Oh no!
Come on, you're on
You guys
B.
stop!
You have to get to F.
Right.
You gotta hit the other button. Come on, Reiner.
Reiner! I was in the zone while you were cheering, and then I lost it all.
Game over.
Come on!
Game over.
All right,
That was
that's
a-
going to end another episode
over,
of
man.
Replay. Johnny, thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thanks for
joining
having
us.
me.
It's great to see you again. Jeff
it's
Cork,
great seeing ya.
Kim, thanks for sitting in. Wade Wojcik in the control room. We'll
Thanks,
see you next
Wade.
time in 7 days.
Bye.